beautiful afternoon to you and welcome to Flipside. Today we're going to be talking about something really interesting and something trendy. Now, it's no news that Nigerians are running out of the country as far as they can go. Even if it's Ghana at the back here, we would go. You know, migration is the trendiest topic right now all over social media. And anytime we talk about migration, people just think about illegal migration, people going through Libya and getting to Europe and then seeking asylum and being repatriated back and all of this. But there are also genuine ways to move outside the country. Now, on Flipside today, we're going to talk about cross-border migration, the pros and the cons. So if you have any intention to travel outside of Nigeria, trust me, you would want to stick around and be with me all through the show because you would be learning a whole lot of stuff on today's edition of the show. I have two special guests that will be with me on this program, but you will meet one first. Or maybe the both, I don't know. But let me go on a break quickly. When I come back from that break, you'll meet my guest and we'll begin to talk about cross-border migration, the pros and the cons. My name is Daisy Obaisabon, and thanks for joining me. Alright, so we decided that you're going to meet both of my guests at the same time. For those who just joined us, the program is Flipside, and I'm Daisy Obaisabon. When we bring you the other side of the news, and we bring you the good, the bad, we just give you both sides of every story we bring on board. Today we're talking about cross-border migration, the pros and the cons. And for all those who want to travel legally, illegally, you have to just listen. Meeting my guest, I have Engineer Anthony Kogwe here. He's a travel agent. He's one of the CEOs of one of the biggest travel agents in Benin. I'm not going to say the name, but you're welcome to Flipside today. And I have another person you've seen on the show before. I have Dr. Godwin Igaro. He's a senior lecturer from the University of Benin, and he's a travel person too. So you're welcome to the show. All right, so we're talking about migration and all of that. I'm going to talk about the first question I would ask. I'll direct it to you, Mr. Kogwe. Now, what's the difference between a migrant and an asylum seeker? Because most times we use this interchangeably and we don't even know what exactly we're talking about.
Yeah, a migrant are people who acquire the necessary document to travel legally to a country in order to stay permanently. One asylum seeker are those who either they got a nearby country's visa and they want to settle down in a country illegally by seeking asylum, telling the country immigration that they have a problem back in their home country, that they have to leave by all means for safety for the country to absorb them into their system.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, now, Mr. Godwin, when we talk about migration, we have Nigerians right now in Canada. We had like the second highest migrants in Canada, both legally migrants and asylum seekers. Now in 2018, as at November, Canada rejected about 70% of Nigerians who came to seek asylum there. We have a lot of Nigerians, even as they're watching this program, they are writing, they are preparing to also relocate. But why do we seem to be having more and more every year people relocating, and not just illegally now, but legally, anyhow, we're just going?
Okay, yeah, well, in my impression, a country like Nigeria that is highly populated and with close to 200, we used to say 170 million, but we are right now close to 200 million. And, you know, in basic economics, we learned of things that affect migration. One of it is the birth rate. The birth rate in Nigeria is not controlled. Nothing happens or nothing is put in place to say, okay, like some countries that have some regulations to say, okay, as a family, you could give birth to 2. So say, as a family, there was a time China was working on only 1. Because they have come to see that when they control it that way, they are able to plan based on basic amenities, based on housing and all the basic amenities. But Nigeria is a country where there is no regulation, no outright regulation in that regard to say, we are so stressed though, we have economic downturn. Please, government is saying that families should maintain 2. Nobody is saying anything about that. So you see people giving birth over and over again. When people give birth over and over again, from 10, people become 15. From 15, people become 20. When a child becomes 20, the child starts thinking a level of independence. And what do I do? Should I go and get a skill? Should I go to school? Or should I run out of the country? So our continuous rise in population is one of the reasons why you see everywhere in the world, Nigerians hit most all countries. The coldest, the warmest, Nigerians hit everywhere. So one of it is because of this uncontrolled population. Then of course, there is continuous hardship. Hardship without hope of being abated. Hardship without plans to reduce it. So people will think about it. A situation where you live in a place, you don't have electricity for 1 year. And you would have seen that electricity would have helped you more to be more productive. So when you put all the frustrating factors together, you just see that Nigerians will always hit different countries to seek whether official legal migration or illegal migration, or to appear anywhere and seek to become refugees. So these are some of the reasons put together. I may not have exhausted all, but there are diverse reasons why Nigerians, and it is coming and emanating from society. It's not from our gene. It's not that, we are genetically programmed to want to move, want to live. No. If you make a place comfortable, an average Nigerian will want to stay there. So that's
okay. Now we have a lot of professionals who also leaving the country. Doctors, a lot of doctors are going, and all of this. Mr. Igwe, what are the consequences and effects of this increase in the movement of people to other countries, to us as a nation, even to the countries they are going to?
Yeah, first of all, I need to handle it in one way, because your question, you said there are a lot of professional doctors, nurses, and so whatever. Except for what we call brain drain. Nigeria has refused to look at the populace, what is happening in the country today. If you look at our medical sector, the doctors, the nurses, I remember for the past about 3 years now, no less than about 60% of our medical doctors have left this country for like Canada, Australia, through this migration process. I look at these countries, they look for the best in the society, picking your best and settling them back home. Our government, they are not bothered in this direction. But tomorrow, what is the economic effect? At the end of the day, these good professionals who leave the country, to replace them will be a problem. That is that. Then secondly, just like my colleague has said so far, about people who leave this country because of hardship. As one of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria, is Nigeria is a country that you live, you can never tell what will happen in the next minute. Because you will go to work today, tomorrow, you know, Sunday, diverse may just happen. And so people, Nigerians live without hope. So a lot of Nigerians want to leave this country because they want to go to a place they feel that they can be more stable. Here, at least, I know it is not a bed of roses wherever they go, but then, if you stay in a country where it's a balanced economy, where you stay in a country where there's a plan for the populace, you will must rely on that environment. Okay, look at Nigeria today. You see a lot of youths roaming over the places. You see a lot of crime being committed. You see, Nigeria have all it takes to put this nation in the right position. But unfortunately, every day they keep on who want to be this, who want to be that. Right from January to December, people keep on coming on how to be in power. That is not the thing. When democracy and politics is all over the world, president, governors are there. We say there's a plan in abroad countries. Even some developed countries have even joined suit, but unfortunately Nigeria is not taking that direction. See, if there's a laid down plan, okay, now for an average Nigerian within the age of about 1 to 25, that they are more acquired. If our forefathers didn't go to school, I don't see anything in the world we should not encourage the young ones coming up to be educated. Because you see, if a lot of people who are also in power today, they don't even have the interest of the populace at heart. For one, they didn't pass through this process. There are a lot to learn in school. School is not just it's not about going to read or write. There are a lot of things that you have to pass through you when you are in the educational sector. But I tell you, now people want to live because they are not sure of what is going to happen tomorrow. So they told them out of school, so even go as far as even going by road. Even this, you can see in those states, for instance, when some returning were returned from Libya, people are still going. Now, let's go at the issue of migration proper, the cross-border and the cross-border mostly are illegal migration. Because one, you want to go into this country with a document that it is not approved for the country. So along the line, just like when you said when we started this program, some people were denied their asylums were not granted. You know what it is. After we have spent about almost 1 year, 2 years in asylum, only to now say, okay, now sorry, we cannot accommodate you because of a reason of how you came. And it's also in Canada destination. The Canadians said last year that almost about 65% of Nigeria coming to seek asylum, they came on same storyline. The issue of Boko Haram, the issue of that. Okay, imagine, we know that Boko Harams are operating in the north. But in the south, is Boko Haram, are they in Benin? But you see a Benin man, a Delta man will just leave for Canada and they will get there, they say Boko Haram attack that. So for this, because these white people are in charge of these refugees. They know us as we know ourselves. So but it's quite very unfortunate because if the environment is conducive, if the environment is good, if the government has plan for the populace, the zeal of people trying to leave the country will be reduced to the minimum.
Sir, please, I would like to add to the fact that brain drain or professionals leaving Nigeria is not going to stop forever. The reason is that you may take a group of professionals, say the healthcare providers in Nigeria, medical doctors, medical lab scientists, pharmacists, dentists, nurses. Oh, let them not leave, let us increase their pay. You increase their pay so much that you are neglecting the other professionals who are also important, who also went to school in order to keep them. But I want to tell you that you are not going to ever keep them forever. The reason is that you work as a professional, you earn a salary, you earn your wages. You can feed yourself, you can buy a car in Nigeria. That is not all it is to live in. Somebody is bothered about my family, my children that are coming up. Will they be as fortunate as I am? I've escaped death through maybe one attack or the other. Will my children be wise and smart enough? Will they have enough street intelligence to escape death the way I'm escaping it? What will happen to me? I received a good pay. Government have increased my money to keep me in Nigeria. People think of other things, social amenities, how stable the future will be, prosperity, and the chances of their family living well. There is more to brain drain or emigration of intelligent people, trained people, specialists, than increasing salary or making them feel better. So forever, I was in the UK, in the hostel where I stayed. Suddenly, I saw people from the Philippines. They came, ladies, what are you guys doing here? They said, the British government has an arrangement with their nursing school, that when the British government sees that NHS, which is like the National Health Services, like federal government health services now, like UBH, and when they say that the nurses are reducing or they need more nurses, they will go and bring nurses from that country. And they will work their papers. When they came, they didn't have paper, they were fresh immigrants. But they work their paper, they will start work almost immediately. Are you getting me? That is UK having a program to bring in more people. The point I'm trying to make now is that the countries will always need the services of specialists. The country that value the specialists more is where the specialists want to go to. By the time you don't value the person you have trained or the intelligent person you have, another country will beckon and they will take the person. The person will go not because you are not actually paying them what will make them have bread and water to take, or you are the one who will make them build a house. But they have other factors, social factors like environment, electricity, internet, interaction with colleagues, and other things. There are other things that will keep them, that will make them go. You may even equate the salary. Somebody will say, okay, salary is the same. Let's look at environment. Let's look at impact on my family, my posterity, life expectancy. Somebody can live because of life expectancy. Life expectancy in Nigeria, whether you're a professor or you're a nurse or you're a farmer, life expectancy is an extrapolation that cuts across everybody. It's what? It's around 50 now.
50 years.
It's around 50 now. Whereas in some countries, life expectancy is 85. You give me a chance, I will go there. Because there's a reason why they are living longer.
Okay, now, Canada seems to be like the place for everybody right now. You know, when we last year or very early last year, there were news all over the social media that they increased the salaries of the doctors, and they were protesting that the money was too much. Trust Nigerians. We decided that's the country for us now. We're going to go there. A country where people are protesting that salaries are too much, where we're here fighting for 30,000 naira minimum wage, was so out of our country. And then there's also news now that they've opened their borders. They want 1 million migrants. I don't know how true. You are a travel agent,
yes.
Engineer Kogwe. Please enlighten us.
Now,
because they're also rejecting people at the same time.
Yeah, you see, the Canadians, up to date, they still need workers in Canadians. Canadians do not just want people. They want people who will be of value to their economy. You understand me? Because they don't want to say, "Oh, just bring people for all over," and they turn a problem to them. You know, in these advanced countries, in this developed world, if you are a citizen, if you have right to stay, you are entitled to some dividends. What I mean, in the sense of benefits. You are entitled to, you see, you look at Nigeria today, just like when I was into some of your program this morning, people were talking about education, I just look, I just laugh. You see, in Canada, there's no need of you going to put your child in one big private school. You see people, in the morning, the government has a school bus that come to your house, pick your child, take your child to school. If you are the child that work, that your parents will not be at home, the same government buses take this school to a home where they will be taken care of and bring them back home in the evening. Under that atmosphere, you see even the parents themselves, they live under a relaxed atmosphere. Just like my friend here just said now about a lot of experience in Nigeria. And having Nigerians live with stress, either stress of this or stress of that. Fear of days, you sleep in the night, you are not even sure if by tomorrow you will see tomorrow morning from some people may come and attack in the night. You are just going home now, you don't know somebody will just hold you on the way and attack you. So many things. So it's not really like, as I said, it's not just really money, everything. Because if you live in an environment where life are made conducive for people that are living there, you would like to stay. You see, if you see Nigeria today, people are living in fear. Abroad, so I mentioned UK, Canada, US, you go to work in the night. If you're night duty, you don't even need to even, like, I easily walk. Nobody will attack you. But in Benin, in Nigeria today, you raise after 8, to even walk across this Unibank gate, you'll be scared of people attacking you, collecting your phone, so the government have a lot of things to do when it comes about this issue that will make people not to leave this country. But I tell you, the government of the day, I'm not seeing any light that will make people to think that, oh, when I am relaxed my country. First of all, I think one of the greatest problems we have today in Nigeria is Nigeria's inability to capture the Nigerians. Data. I will tell you today, a Ghanaian can come to Nigeria here and say he's a Nigerian, and we go to our immigration office, he will get passport. A black American can come from America today and come to this thing, he will get a Nigerian passport. But it's not so in that world. Nigeria is the only country I say up to today that said it was called declaration of age. We are working to have what's called government age and what's called real age. All these things, if our forefathers did not put this in place, why then that the government of the day are not able to take it upon themselves in order to resolve these things? If BVN can work, international passport that today you got to have one passport before, you cannot go and do another one. If these two things can work, I don't see the reason why the Nigerian data cannot be captured today.
Okay, but how do we check these migration issue, especially the illegal migration? How do we manage it? We still have a lot of people wanting to go out of the country anyhow, and we've had several issues, several talks, those who've been enslaved in Libya and all of those. But how do we properly manage the number of people leaving our country? Because from the analysis you and Dr. Godwin gave, the countries we're going to would even benefit having us more. They stand more to gain. We're losing without realizing that we're losing. But how do we manage it so that more people would not go?
Okay, one of the ways we could manage this, not like as I said, we cannot stop it completely. The only what the government can do, the only what that the rate will drop. If the living conditions are very Nigerian, if there are plans, you imagine in Nigeria, you run an office in Nigeria. If you are a business person in Nigeria today, you pay more to run your business. The government don't even care about how you are surviving your business. In a country like Germany, if you employ one single staff, the government give you 2,000 euro for reducing unemployment. See, tomorrow, ask any of you have anybody in Germany, they will tell you that. In a place like Canada and US, if you are working and you lost your job, government will pay you $800 till when you get your next job. But when such happen in Nigeria. So you see, it has gotten a stage that you say we don't live. So when you know when we are living without think of what will happen tomorrow, you are bound to. A lot of people, not that like, let me use the issue of this Libya, the Libya returnees. When the government returns, some people may say for people come back home. Some people are saying, even as we speak now, some people are still traveling. Because one, when you look at your living conditions, say, when I will take the book by my horn, if I succeed, that's if I don't succeed, that you so that's what's happening. So in order to reduce the government needs to look into the society and see how they can improve the living and the economy of Nigeria.
Okay, Dr. Godwin, our reputation in the international community doesn't seem to be very good. Growing up in secondary school, I knew maybe because of the kind of school I went to, but they just gave us this belief that we're the best in the world. In fact, most of the inventions in the world right now were thought of by Nigerians who sold the ideas to white people and all of that. But now that I'm all grown up, the things I hear about Nigeria is in creation and all of this. It's cybercrime, prostitution, drug trafficking, and all sorts of negativity. You're applying for a visa in Nigeria, it's so difficult to get because you're a Nigerian. But you as the same Nigeria will go to South Africa and apply for a visa, or maybe you travel to Dubai and you work there for a while and apply for the same visa, and you'll be granted so easily because you're getting it from another country. Now, what do we do about our reputation in the international community so that it will be easy for those who really want to go outside Nigeria for good reasons to get their visas?
Okay, trying to say we should do something to repair the spoiled image of Nigeria. It's an Herculean task for the common man, because a large percentage of the image destruction can be attributed to leadership. I say so because I'm just coming up, I'm a salary earner. I'm not the one that stole oil money. I'm not the one that stole money and took to UK and lodged and bought houses. I'm not the one that sent talks to come and to go and kill 50 people so that I can win an election, which the international community they are gathering and they are accumulating as evidences against the country. A lot of evidences they have, they are amassing evidence that international community have against Nigeria came from prominent Nigerian who took official positions in leadership. It's not the common man that is in New Benin market that stole tomatoes that appeared on CNN. It's not the common man that stole plantain in Ugbo that CNN carried and spoiled our image. It is the leadership activity that were not good enough that the international community they have picked up and they are using to adjudge us as a nation that is corrupt. Good enough, there are some individual input to this corruption issue that have spread our image, like cybercrime, like courtism. Those are at the grassroots. But there's no courtism that is at the grassroots that do not have executive support. If courtism is stopped from being funded, the boys will find their way and go and do something else. But if there is funding, people will say, okay, we will continue in this crime. And these are the things that spoil our image. Then, of course, by the time you have a nation with teeming population, no plan for the past, no plan for the present, no plan for the future, this teeming population, they will emerge those that are deviants, because the society is so structured that you could do some things and go free. Do you know that with common camera, people's spirits are controlled in abroad? Camera. You are driving anyhow, you know that camera is saying you regulate yourself. You just regulate yourself by yourself. If there are no structure for people to regulate, for the teeming population to regulate themselves, they will keep doing things that will spoil our image. So one of the ways we can redeem our image, repair the country, bring economic policies that will have drastic effect on Nigeria, so that there will be economic growth. Let there be jobs, let there be good amenities, let the things that will benefit the people, let it come. So that when they are receiving benefits and they are receiving, they are having good life, you see that the level of crime will reduce. And when the level of crime will reduce, then our image in the international community will begin to improve. A British man said, I asked him, why do you pay the people social benefits? Why do you just pay? People are not working, are you paying them? The man said, well, I don't know, but I think the government thinks that it's better to pay the people than to pay the police. Simple sense. It's better to pay the people and tell them that this thing I'm paying you, we are watching you for 5 years. If you are involved in any crime, social benefit will be withdrawn. And they say you withdrawing things from people that are receiving government benefit, and yet they are doing crime. They will regulate themselves. Rather than you are budgeting billions of naira for bullets, ammunition, tear gas, in case they want to protest with tear gas there.
Security vote.
What are we doing? Security vote in this country is enough for all governors. It's enough to build. Let us forget about it. Let us channel it to companies. Companies in the 36 states. Security vote for a year. Let us accumulate it for 5 years. It's enough that will engage the youth in those employments, and those youth that would have been directed for evil, they will not be directed for productive means. Then you see image of the country building up because the crime reduction. That's what we are talking about. So there's nothing, very little the common man can do to repair the image of Nigeria.
Okay, now for as many who want to travel outside of Nigeria, we're not done with the show, so we needed to talk. It's the pros and the cons. So we've talked about all the many dramas attached. For those who want to go, how do asylum seekers really integrate themselves in the countries they're going to? What's the best country to go to right now? What are the questions you should ask? What are the questions they might ask you? And how much will it cost? And all those other questions will be coming up after this break. So stay with us and don't go away. We're still talking about cross-border migration. We'll be right back. All right, the part you have been waiting for on Flipside, we're just going to get right into it. I'm Daisy Obaisamo. I have Engineer Anthony Kogwe, a travel agent, and I also have Dr. Godwin Igar, a lecturer from University of Benin, with me in the house. We're talking about cross-border migration, the pros and the cons. Now, Mr. Kogwe, you're a travel agent and you've helped a lot of people relocate from Nigeria for study, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
What are the best countries for us to target if we want to move right now?
For now, the best country for now is Canada and Australia.
Oh.
And he asked me what I will tell you. Now, the immigration law of the country varies. Like in a place like Canada, if you are able to travel through the normal migration and have your permanent residence before you leave for Canada, in the next 5 years, you are sure of your Canadian passport. Though that the processing differs. Right from the first time you submit your application, I mean that you find out you've taken your IELTS, you have done WES, you have done all it takes. It takes about 18 to 24 months. I know under this migration to Canada, we have the express entry, we have the provincial nominee, we have the federal skilled worker, and so on and so forth. Which of them do you want? You see, Canadian too, they like professionals. As I said before, in as far as the economy, they need more people to come and work for them. They need people who will not post, who will be used to the economy. So on this issue of maybe people moving down there, like I said, one, they have, Canada is far, but it's not as far as Australia.
Yes.
And they have a lot of the Canadians, they like strangers. Let me know if they like strangers. If you go to a place like Vancouver now, Vancouver, Toronto, Vancouver is in British Columbia, Toronto is in Ontario, you see a lot of foreigners, Indian, Chinese, Nigerian, and so on. So of them, they like visitors. And you see an environment where people are cultured. Hardly you can see somebody in these countries, like Canada for instance, making noise. Everybody, things are not darling. Unlike the States, the state they have this black cream mentality, and so on and so forth. But you see, I give it to the Canadians. As I speak now, outside the migration, the Canadians even still leave their country to countries to go and source for workers till tomorrow. I don't know if you have heard about this provincial merit program. Now, they may say, okay, now in like Nigeria we have state, in Canada they have province. In province like Ontario, for instance, they may say they are short of tailors, just tailor. People don't value here. Okay, now
Now they want to tell, okay, what will be the what will they tell us? Of course, they don't expect so much on this tailor because these tailors are people, handwork people who are professionals. They can say to drop the highest band from about 7.0 about 5.5 SLB. This time, it is the province that said they want these workers, and they call for it. People submit, they look at the best, and people from there, and immediately start the processing. So these two countries for now, they are because everybody knows the UK life. The UK life, and for some time now, the UK people have been so strict for themselves for nothing. I didn't see anything happening there. You can imagine for the past years now, about 5-6 years now, if you go study in the UK after your final exam, you come back to Nigeria, then you now apply for the visa to go and do graduation. I handle study abroad, and I told people the UK destination is no longer sellable because one, unless you are sure that after your studies you want to come back to your home country. But now they also see about last week ago when they said they felt that at least no matter what it is, with the money they gain for international students, it's no money that also helping the economy. What they did now last week now was to introduce the post-study work permit. So in UK for now, as last week, after your graduation, you can stay and work in the UK for about 2 or 3 years now. So they saw the thing. So what am I saying? Why people are yearning for the Canadian destination? Because you see, it's an environment with a relaxed atmosphere. That if you enter there rightly, correctly, you don't have anything to regret.
Okay. All right, we'll find out the right ways to go about this and what's going to cost. Or Dr. Gordon, you travel a lot for professional reasons, training, seminars, and all of that. How do Nigerians, we're more interested in ourselves right now, how do Nigerians integrate and just into the societies they're going through to? Because we watch television and we see how Nigerians are suffering abroad. So is it that we're exaggerating? What exactly is the life like for people lax in the UK, in Canada, and any of those European countries also that they travel to, or even American countries too?
Okay, when you travel out of Nigeria to any country, the reason why you are going is part of what will determine your experience over there. Then the class in which you entered, the class with which you entered that country will also determine your life. For example, if you go to UK as a student, you are coming with student visa, there's a part-time work you could do based on what you have. So when you get there, you have a funding, you can go to work, your life there will be regulated by that class in which you entered. But if you entered as a researcher, like I did, I entered as an academic researcher. I had my accommodation, I had everything prepared for me. I got in there, I interacted with the authorities of the research institution. I was even highly rated, more highly rated than many British citizens that were not of my class. So they were working under me and taking instruction under me. Then, at the end of the day, in that level, I could do anything I wanted to do. But if I entered with a wrong document, maybe I entered there with a 7-day visa or a 3-month visa, and my visa has expired. The place I went to visit, they will tell me, oh, you are true what we came to do. You will now go about your hiding. So it is the class and the level of visa that you used to enter that will determine your experience. If you got there, you say you want to go for a conference of 7 days, and the conference is over, and the country, like, let me give this example. I went to a conference in Spain. They gave me as stingy as Spanish embassy was as at that time. I don't know where, though I call it stingy, but they have their reasons. It's their official ways of doing things. They gave me 8 days visa. That means go and come back now. So when I got there, I did everything I wanted to do within that time. Somebody said, just stay for some time. They will not know. I said, no, I'm not staying. You know why? When you stay beyond what your visa permits you to stay, or when you stay outside the prescription of your visa, you went there as an academic researcher, you now go there and you are going to look for a job, you start facing experiences that are dehumanizing. So that's how you see Nigerians over there. When we say abroad is sweet when you have the right document. If you don't have the right document, abroad is worse than the worst village in Nigeria. Because at this point in time, you will see someone begging in cold. He can't have enough good clothing to wear. He will put patches of clothes all over his body, begging for what to eat, nowhere to sleep. And at times you will see someone going somewhere in the evening, you are just passing by, person carries carton, he wants to sleep under a shade, because by daybreak he will come back again to his spot where he's begging. That is not life. And you say, is this abroad? And you almost want to snap them, but you may be an offense to snap them. So you could tell the story at home. Like, for example, a Nigerian medical expert, I don't want to mention the profession the person came from, went to the US in an attempt to survive. Since he came just for visit as a tourist, he came with a tourist visa, B1, B2 visa to the US. And he got there, his visa would not permit him to do anything. You know what he did? He started working as a security man for 2 good years. After working as a security man for 2 good years, before he could incorporate himself by crook or by hook. You know, Nigerians will study and adapt. Nigerians' adaptation capacity is very high. They want to penetrate down, they want to adapt. Eventually, he was able to find his footing, and he's still there till now. But I want to sound it loud and clear that there was a time a Nigerian medical expert, live and direct, trained with qualification and certification, was doing security job in America. And that was one instance. There are several other instances. Like that. What is the meaning of that? Abroad is sweet. It is sweet. It's only sweet when you have the right documentation. Okay. It's only sweet when you emigrate, you go there for the right purpose, and you keep to your purpose. Okay. Anything outside this, the experience may be hell.
All right, so Mr. Kugwe, what's the best ways now for us for those who want to relocate, maybe to work or to school abroad, so that when they get there, they are treated the way they were treating Dr. Godwin, with good respect and all that?
The best way to locate to abroad is through migration. Migration means come and work. You get your documents. Before you get there, you already have a permanent resident. You are not coming
here.
I mean, from here.
From here.
You get it from here. You get a permanent resident from here. You are coming there. So welcome. You go there with double hand. As soon as you get there, you do your documentation. You are set to go. You look for a job you are going to do, or you do a training. Because see, one thing about abroad, even if you're a medical doctor here or you're in any profession, for you to practice abroad, you still need to do what you call adaptation. You do a short training, a short course that will allow you to function at the capacity of that what you study here over there. You cannot just live here. Maybe for instance, say as a nurse, you just live here, you just go there to practice. No, you still have to pass through the cultural nursing adaptation, or you do what you call overseas nursing program. You pass through those. That process allows you to work in their own system. So what I'm saying is that just like my friend here has already said, you see, if you don't have the right people abroad, you are a slave. Okay. And you always live with which you will say, I tell you one thing, say abroad is a secret court. Nobody will tell you exactly the truth of what's happening there. But if you go there, whatever you see there, you just come back and keep quiet. I tell you, as a Latin nation, in Spain, I was in Spain. I saw a young man like us. What he does is, when you finish buying, you help me to roll by your trolley back to the zone. You sent. You get it there. And he told me, bros, we are this how we're doing here. But you see, everything boiled down to the situation of the country. Because if the country is robust and good for us, at least even people want to go. You know, we may want to in this country when Ghanaians come to Nigerians. They come there as a lecturer. They're
repatriating us from Ghana now.
Now, so that's the thing. So it is quite very unfortunate that the government of the day have not seen the importance of how they can put this country situation right.
2 quick questions for you before I go back to you.
Okay. I want to add to that. There's this also one very good way. Like in the US, you have someone who has a paper, who is a US citizen, or he has a green card. The person is interested in you, you get married to the person. By marriage, you can go there safely, and the paper will cover you. Because the person is a citizen. Okay. Then there's also this chain immigration. For example, your mom and your dad are in the US, and you happen to be in Nigeria. Because they are your mom and dad, they are citizens over there. They can put in for chain immigration for you.
Dependent visa.
There's a regulation to that. When they read the regulation and they understand it clearly, that can also go. Then of course you have children over there. They are already sitting. They have their papers. They can invite their parents over. Say, okay, please, I want my parents to stay with me permanently. They say, why? You have money to take care of your parents. Parents say, this is my account. This is where I work. There is a family line type, marriage type, there's even a job type. See, as of today, there are some jobs that are advertised in some country. They can even interview you through Skype. And when you get it, you get it. There's no boundary as it were in global dealings, because the world is a global village with internet it's everything's connected. I've seen a friend, an engineer that did an interview in the UK, and at the end of the day, he got a job from Nigeria here, and he processed his paper, and he went. So what is the key to traveling well? Knowledge. Seek knowledge from travel agents. If they will give it to you freely. Somebody that wants to travel that is desperate may not be able to pay a travel agent because they charge so much anyway. But
I was going to ask about the amount.
You can also seek knowledge through other means, from experience and all that. Get the knowledge. Don't act on the knowledge until you verify. Okay. Verify very clearly. See, moving out of your country to another country is not a crime, because even in the Bible it happened. And in ages it has happened. You are free to move. You are a human being. The world is for you. The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. But get the right information and verify the information and start acting on it. That is the key.
All right, now, Mr. Engineer Kogwe, what is it going to cost? Now, if we're going to look beyond getting the job, interviews, and all of this now, you said one particular one, you could get the documents here before you move.
Yes.
You run a travel agent, so give us an estimate, because we hear all sorts of surprises.
Let me break it down for you.
All
I'll
right.
tell you one thing. Visas is not for sale. What I mean, visa is not for sale. We, there is this impression that people have about travel agency, because they are dealing with the wrong travel agents. So there are a lot of, in the industry of travel agency, there are a lot of quack, fake people who want to obtain money on that false process. There are very many. You see, I tell people, if you come to our office, what will tell you? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have? If you say you don't have that, and I will tell you, there's no way you can make these travels. So don't waste money. First of all, like I said before, visa is not for sale. What we charge is just service charge. People were surprised when they come to the office. We don't need a place like this in Benin. It's just service charge, because you see, there are fees you pay.
Like how much is that service?
Minimum about 100 to 200,000 naira.
Okay.
So, which is on the average is okay. I think people will see, if you are going to travel, first of all, in Nigeria, there are two things that are very, very important in traveling: family ties and economic tie. If you don't have good economic tie and you don't have good family tie, if you say you are going to apply for visa, you're just wasting your time. The agent or whatever will just eat your money for nothing. For one, now, because one of the other things, again, to also to build a travel, I said, it's building your travel history. You cannot be earning about 50,000 naira monthly in Nigeria, and you say you want to go on holiday in abroad, be like London, UK, and so on, so forth, UK, US, and everything. Because one, if you are earning 50,000 per month, your annual salary is not anywhere. That one cannot even buy you your ticket alone, because see, that is where people deceive themselves. You just come. You see, the people that work at the embassy that approve these visas, they are not a prophet. Just simple psychology. Look at it and say, this was no, it's not possible. Some people go as far as say, when I've seen cases where people, okay, I'm working in XYZ company, let me try to go and run an account for about 6 months so that people will say, even put yourself in a very high salary. At the glance, by the time the visa officer say, tell them how long you're working, with the turnover on that account, they already know that you are lying. So you see, in all the areas, what are people doing now to get visa? These people have them handy. So if there's some people that want to make travel plan, you need to say this one, that's nothing that can stop it. Somebody like my lecturer here now, somebody who lectured in University of Benin, that wants visa of any company. What else would they want? Academician, genuine, working in a well-known place. So we see the thing. So it's not because some people want to travel out of hardship. And then there's also this whatever I'm saying, I know this one is not going anywhere. It's not going to come back. You know, visa is just a gate pass to enable you in, then they will come out. But for the Nigerians, when they get it, they go there. They don't want to come back. And when they want to come, when they don't come back, other people who have the genuine intention, this will also be used against them. That's what I say. So travel is not very expensive. Even when we talk about the issue of the market to Canada, I'm going to let me break it down for you. Market to Canada.
So we don't have
Therefore,
much time anymore.
the market to Canada, one, you have to take the English test and score about 7.5 and above. I need to score 7.0 across the line. That's what for. After that one, you send your form, a CV, and send to CIC. CIC is in Canada. They will look at your age, your educational qualification, work experience, your earning, and so at the end of the day, they say if they say you are eligible, you will start the process. But some people will know they are not eligible. They want to start the process, and then they fail out. So that is it.
Okay. All right. We have to go. Our time is up. And I would have even loved to hear some of the questions they even ask in the embassies before we even start going for the interviews. We like exposure sometimes. But it's okay. I've had a sore time on the show today, and I'm sure everyone who's been listening already knows now that the best way to enjoy going abroad is to go through the right channel. Don't travel illegally. You will soar far. All right, but I'll allow you say in 2 sentences your last words on the show. So let me start with you, Dr. Godwin.
Yeah, it will be so nice for us to have the capacity to travel outside, to see what's happening in other sides of the world. But it will also be very good for us to stay at home, contribute to national development also. Some people are so good they could go abroad, but they are still having the interest of this country at heart. So I want the government, I want to advise and encourage the government to do things that will make us stay at home and develop this country. But we cannot all stay at home. We also need to see what's happening elsewhere and perhaps bring some of those things in. Whatever you see outside of your country, in Canada, US, Australia, bring it to Nigeria to develop Nigeria. That's my final word. Thank you.
All right, Mr.
My advice is that abroad is not a bed of roses. There are no trees planted there that bring dollars. Think and plan well, make research, make your finding before you embark on the journey of travel abroad.
All right. Now, there's a lot of advantages and definitely a whole lot of disadvantages going abroad, the pros, the cons, and all of this, yes. But I'm going to say for all those who want to travel, please do your research properly before you begin to invest your monies. Now that the travel frenzy is so high, there are a lot of fakes and they are using this opportunity to dupe and steal monies. If you will use a travel agent, please use a genuine and a trusted one before you begin to put your monies in it. Daisy Obaisagwan has already told you what she has to say, and I'm sure you've had fun. You can also watch this edition on YouTube. Just go to ITV Benin and see all the videos for the week. This edition of FLIPSIDE will also be there, or search for FLIPSIDE directly. And personally, you can watch my personal videos on YouTube at Daisy Rich Coco de Mata. So thank you and have yourself an amazing rest part of the day. Bye.